I'm going to discuss this thing about war itself and how it's conducted or should be conducted, taking most of my notes from a Prussian general who fought against Napoleon in the early 1800s. His name was Karl von Clausewitz. And in his book, Von Krieg, which is German for on war, he talked about absolute warfare and how people try to conduct it. And often they can't. They have to back off. But a lot of times they will try to do it. Sometimes it does happen. I'll get to that shortly. He uh, he said that in his 10-part book he said that they would start out with grandiose plans, but then those plans go right out the window. And I know there's an old saying about when you hit the beach, like during the Second World War, especially Omaha Beach in France in 1944. Once you hit the beach, the plans go right out the door. And in the Army terms, it's called then a clusterfuck happens. Pardon my French. But that's exactly what happens. You throw away the plans. Thinking about it, about total warfare in countries that have conducted it, ironically, I know of one country that did it quite well, particularly in the Second World War. And I'm thinking about us, the good old God-loving, apple pie, flag-waving US of A. We did it. We did it with the Japanese. Now, I agree, the Japanese were fanatical nut jobs, and they didn't have any rules. I mean, they killed their prisoners of war. They burnt to death some of our prisoners of war at the end rather than let them be free, cut off free. Because they knew, and then they committed the harikari. So they were nut jobs. How do we conduct a war against them to end the war? Huh? Yeah, you're thinking about Hiroshima and Nagasaki with the atomic bombs. You could think even before that, the infamous firebombing of Tokyo, the civilians. We cooked 100,000 Japanese quite well. We made a lot of sushi out of them with these nighttime firebomb raid on Tokyo. Right? So we conducted it quite well. And I'm not condemning it. In my view, in order to conduct a war, you got to do it to win. And sometimes those things to win, aren't too nice. But Israel gets it. They know how to do it. Maybe we ought to just step aside and let Israel take care of everything the way they are doing it. Of course, I'm referring to Iran. The only way we're going to win that war is to wipe them out. Just wipe them out. Just wipe them out. I mean, I'm seeing like where they're fleeing. The civilians over there in Iran, they're not doing anything to oppose the regime. And I guess I can't blame them. You're going to get shot or whatever, unless you have enough people rise up. But that's the key. Enough people rise up. They're not prone to do that. A lot of them are just fleeing. So what do? You hold off because you don't want to kill civilians? It's called collateral damage. And I don't like it any more than you do. But the only way to end this threat, and they are always going to be a threat because they're nut jobs, they're religious nut jobs. They totally are. They want to take over the world. And you can see it from what they're doing. This little thing they came out with where they would stop the bombing of the friendly nations over there if those nations close down the United States bases. Oh, sure. I'm sure they'll be stupid enough to do that, and then they'll be at the mercy of Iran. So, like I said, you gotta wipe them out. You gotta wipe them out. And one little aside here for President Trump. I voted for Donald Trump twice, even though I'm an independent voter. What was the alternative? But I wish he would shut the fuck up. He says stuff. Today he was saying, wait until you see what we got planned for them, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do. Just do it. Just do it. Don't brag up, but don't say you're going to do this. What do you think you're going to motivate those people on the other side? They're nuts. They're not listening to you. They're listening to Allah. Allah's telling them to kill you. You should have listened to that little tidbit I saw, Iranian girl, young girl, and how she said they operate these people. Basically, if you oppose them, you're opposing your God, and you deserve death. That's what they think like. So Trump, just shut up and let the war go on, okay? Or let it go the way it's supposed to go. Let the military do it. Thank you.